Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Hey everyone, this is Esther Kane, and today we're going to talk about how music calms the holiday chaos. With the holidays coming, we all know that days can get just a little crazy. Every year around this time, I notice something a little funny. Even though the holidays are supposed to be joyful, they can also feel, loud and chaotic. The to-do lists get longer, the stores get busier, and everyone, from kids to grandparents, starts to feel just a little frazzled. I'll admit it, I've had my fair share of holiday chaos moments, haven't we all? That's my cat you hear in the background. You know, when the wrapping paper is everywhere, when dinner's half burned, and someone's arguing about which movie to watch. Ugh, that happens every year. But over the years, I've found one simple thing that can bring a sense of calm back into the room, and that's music. Now, not talking about just background noise, but intentional listening. The kind that slows your heart rate, softens the edges of a stressful day, and reminds you that peace is still possible, even when the world outside feels like a snow globe that's been shaken just a little too hard. I remember one Christmas when a friend's mom was in the later stages of dementia. The holidays used to really be her favorite time. She loved carols and singing, especially Silent Night, and she was a lot of fun during the holidays. But that year, because of her dementia, she was anxious, pacing, and confused. Nothing seemed to help. Then I told my friend to try playing some music. So she put on a playlist of soft piano Christmas music. Instrumental versions of the songs that her mom used to hum when she cooked. Now, my friend told me that within minutes, her mom's breathing slowed down. She sat down, folded her hands, and quietly sang along to the melody. No words, just the tune. Now, in that moment, I thought, wow, this is what peace sounds like. Now, that experience reminded me and my friend that music doesn't just fill silence, it changes it. It connects us to memories, emotions, and even parts of ourselves that feel unreachable when life just gets too noisy. Now, there's actually science behind this too, so I'm just not making this up. Studies show that music can lower cortisol. Now, that's your stress hormone, and increases dopamine, which is the thing that helps you feel happier and more balanced. It also synchronizes brainwaves, which is why you might find yourself breathing slower or feeling calmer after just a few minutes of listening. And it's not only good for your mood, music can support cognitive health, especially for older adults. People with memory loss, dementia, or Parkinson's often respond strongly to familiar songs, even when speech or movement are difficult. That's because music bypasses damaged parts of the brain and taps into areas linked to emotion and long-term memory. So when you put on a song that's been loved for decades, something from the 50s, 60s, or even earlier, it's like opening a door to connection that words alone can't always unlock. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Esther, but how do I actually use music to calm the holiday chaos in my own home? Well, it's simpler than you think. It really is. Start by choosing the right tempo. Fast, upbeat songs can be fun when you're baking or decorating or even exercising. But if the goal is calm, try slow or instrumental versions. Classical, soft jazz, or acoustic folk music work beautifully. Next, create small music moments throughout the day. Now, you could start your morning with a favorite old tune while sipping coffee, or play gentle background music during dinner. If you're caring for a loved one, music can help with transitions, like getting dressed or taking medication, or even winding down for bed. Another tip is to make it personal. Play the songs that mean something. Maybe it's the one you danced to at your wedding, or a lullaby your parents used to sing. These emotional anchors can help reduce anxiety and bring comfort during times that feel overstimulating. And here's something I often suggest to family caregivers. Build a holiday playlist together. Sit down with your loved one and ask, what songs do you remember from the holidays when you were young? If they can answer you, then choose those songs. You might be surprised by the memories that surface, stories about old friends, favorite dances, or even funny mishaps from years gone by. Music has a way of turning nostalgia into connection, and connection, especially during the holidays, is what we all need most. I also like to talk about environmental rhythm. Now, during the holidays, routines often go out the window. Meals happen at different times, sleep gets disrupted, and there's so much sensory input, lights, scents, chatter, that the nervous system can get overwhelmed. Adding gentle background music can help reestablish a rhythm. It gives your environment a heartbeat, a steady pulse that says, you're safe, you can breathe. In homes where someone has dementia, that kind of predictability can make a huge difference. If mornings are hectic, try starting the day with something familiar and upbeat, like Bing Crosby or Nat King Cole. This is for older adults, of course. If evenings are tense or overstimulating, use slow instrumental tunes to signal that it's time to unwind. Now, think of it like setting the emotional temperature of your home. Music is your thermostat. I've also found that singing together, even if you can't carry a tune like me, is incredibly grounding. Singing uses breath and movement, both of which calm the nervous system. It's one of the reasons group singing or caroling feels so good. Everyone's breathing and moving in sync, creating connection through rhythm. For families who feel distant or tense, even humming along to the same song can bridge that gap. You don't need to plan a concert. Just put on any Christmas song that you all enjoy and hum while you fold laundry together. Sometimes healing starts in those small shared moments. So, as the holidays begin to roll in, I want to offer you this gentle reminder. When things get noisy, when emotions run high or plans go sideways, pause for a moment. Turn on a piece of music that speaks to your soul. Let it remind you of the bigger picture, the love, the laughter, the stories behind the season. Music doesn't solve every problem, naturally, but it softens the edges. It helps us come home to ourselves, even in the busiest moments. I wonder if they should play music in Congress. Before I go, I want to leave you with a simple practice you can try today. Find one song that always brings you peace. Play it intentionally, not while multitasking, not as background noise, but with your full attention. Take 3 slow breaths as you listen. Notice what happens in your body. Does your heart rate slow down? Does your face soften? Do you feel more present, even for just a minute? That's the power of music. It brings you back to now. And in the middle of holiday chaos, now is exactly where the calm lives. I want to thank you for joining me today. If this episode brought a little calm to your day, share it with someone you care about. Maybe someone who could use a reminder to pause and reflect. You'll find more gentle reflections and resources for seniors and caregivers at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And come back tomorrow for another daily moment of calm guidance and encouragement, right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, take care of yourself and the ones that you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.